Hello, my name is Kyle. As some of you probably know me, I am the creator of this channel, Pack Sardines, obviously, because you've seen me in my fan-made music videos. But yeah, um, I'm going to start a new series today. It's kind of going to be low quality, as you can probably tell by the camera, because this camera quality is atrocious, and I apologize for this, but it's the best I have. Um, but this whole series is going to be on like stuff I've listened to, watched in the past week. I try to get in my stuff, but there's school that happens and all that. So, yeah, this is gonna be like low edited, almost kind of boring video unless you want to hear me talk. Maybe a little mini podcast, even though it's not going to be crazy long unless I make it that way. But today's going to be more of a quicker thing because I got to head somewhere soon. So, yeah. All right. So, how this is going to work is that I'm going to talk about music, TV shows, movies, video games I've been playing. That's pretty much it. Kind of recommendations for some of you and kind of stuff to avoid too, just to say, no, don't watch that, or no, don't play that, or yes, play that, or yes, watch that. But yeah. So, first, let's start off with television shows per se. The two shows that I've been watching so far are Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and The Office. I've seen The Office. I would recommend it either way. I have nothing really to say about that. It's a great show. Just rewatching it. The second thing is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's a show that I watched the first season of, and I read the manga and all that stuff when I was in the seventh grade. In this total phase where I was totally obsessed with anything anime related. Um, I did that, and I watched the first season of the show, and then it got taken off Netflix. And I kind of just stopped watching it before that. But now that it's back, since they added it on, I'm watching it now, and it's really good, actually. The voice acting's pretty good. The voice actor for Winry is not how I imagined, even though it does make sense, because I didn't realize there were 15 in the show, the characters. It's quite interesting. Um, like, it almost has a stereotypical "Yay, Nani." Oh god, I'm so stupid. It almost has this stereotypical voice. But it's a good show. The animation's great. There's some animation techniques that kind of annoy me. I mean, it could be because of like a different culture thing and stuff like that. Like, let's say someone's sad. Sometimes they'll put the word sad in like Japanese letters. I think it's Japanese. I really hope it's Japanese, or else I'm gonna get an angry comment saying, "How dare you, Kyle?" But like the Japanese letters will come down the head saying disappointed or sad or happy or something like that. Like most of the time, it's in a negative connotation. Um, that kind of annoys me. It's kind of weird, a little clunky. And what annoys me too is that in like the serious moments, like the serious fight scenes where you're supposed to be invested, they'll like kind of pull you out of that immersion and like do some weird comedy thing saying Edward Short, and then you'll be like, ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh god, it looks so dumb. But yeah, so pretty much that happens. Otherwise, I would recommend the show. The soundtrack's really good. I really like the soundtrack. The animation's great. It looks great. It doesn't look like, it could look better for this day and age, but it still looks pretty great. It holds up really well. I think it's just kind of seeing, other animes like Attack on Titan, which, one thing clear, one thing to clear up, I am not an anime guy, unless there's really something that captures my interest. I'm trying to get back into it though, because I know there's a lot of good stuff out there. I think one of the main reasons why I've strayed away from it is because of what do you call it? The kind of the crazy mindset behind it that you're a weeb and stuff like that. I don't know, kind of annoying me and stuff like that. Um, the second thing would be music, because I'm a big music guy. If you're one of my friends, I listen to a lot of music, and right here I'm gonna have to get out my phone to see um, what music I've been listening to on good old Spotify. That was Portal, who I just had up, the death metal band. Anthony Fantano, who I would recommend to you on YouTube. He just recommended their newest album, which is called Ion. So I'm planning to listen to that because I'm willing to listen to like any genre almost. So um, lately I've been listening to pretty much mostly Kanye West. It's I'm going through his whole discography at the moment. The two albums I've listened to this month were Graduation, his third album, and 808s and Heartbreak. One, they're both starkly different from each other. When it comes to Graduation, I thought that was a pretty good album. Didn't hit me as hard as like Late Registration or College Dropout, but I still thought it was good. It was funky. There were some parts where I'm tapping my foot where people were just like, "Shut up." um, but the other album, 808s and Heartbreak, is such a great album. I love the production. Love his experimental use of autotune. It's got to be one of my favorites from him. It is such a good album. Now I've been meaning to listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy um, for the rest of this week, but I just haven't. It didn't help too that Amen by Rich Brian came out, which if you don't know who Rich Brian is, formerly known as Rich Chiga. Um, he just came out with his debut album, Amen. I don't know if it's going to be in reverse in the video. I hope it isn't. But it's a very, very good album from what I've heard so far. I love the track Cold. Cold's such a great track. Um, the tracks Amen through just Introvert are just so good, especially that Joji feature. I was like, on it at first, but then kind of vibe to it now. I think it's pretty good. And the song, but I can't say enough about the song Cold, and especially Occupied too. Occupied, I forget about. That is such a great song. Um, it also has there's one track which I'm really, really disappointed with is Attention by with Offset, who's I think won the second Migo, the second most popular Migo, because he just came out with that whole tape without warning with 21 Savage. But I listened to it and I'm just like, I was so excited because I heard this in the trailer and I'm like, man, this could be good. But it wasn't what I expected. It's just kind of underwhelming, and I feel like the like I'm gonna play a little bit for just a sec. Like I don't know if you can hear it through my laptop. I didn't even play it through my laptop. It just pretty much once you've heard that beat, that's really all there is. It's not too charismatic and stuff like that. I wish it went hard like boom, 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 like bass. I feel like that would add more of a three-dimensional thing. It feels like two and a half dimensions. That's the thing. And Offset's verse was really forgettable. I don't remember anything about it. But then it has Glow Like That, which who doesn't like Glow Like That? That's a great song. Trespass I like, and I think Flight I like too. I don't really remember those tracks very much. And then See Me I've listened to. I love that track so much. It's such a like solemn low key banger. But I haven't listened to the rest yet, except for Chaos, which he came out as with a single, which I was lukewarm on when I first heard it. But now I really like it. That's a really good track. What else? I guess I have a track I would recommend off of the new Migos album, which I'm not gonna listen to the new Migos album because it's 2 hours long, and I don't want to subject myself to 2 hours of the Migos. But there is one song by them called BBO, which is known as Bad Bitches Only, with 21 Savage too, which I think 21 Savage with Amigos is a great idea. They both, but the chemistry is so good. I love this track. It got stuck in my head all day during class. I was just trying to do notes, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, yeah. But anyways, when it comes to movies, I haven't really seen anything lately. I've been meaning to, but what I saw last week actually was the movie Mother and the movie Darkest Hour. Darkest Hour I saw because it was nominated for an Oscar, and Mother I saw with a friend the day before. I'll talk about Darkest Hour first. It was okay. Wasn't my cup of tea, really. But I felt like with the subject matter, it was just so underwhelming. Like, none of the dialogue was really too great. None of the only performance that blew my mind was Gary Oldman's performance, who I think it's Gary Oldman, who played Winston Churchill, which I really liked his performance. And I didn't know he played what's his face in The Dark Knight, Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, how do I not know? How do I not remember that guy's name? But yeah, Gary Oldman was great. Then who? Then I don't know. The cinematography was good. I liked the cinematography. Some of the shots were really good. Some of the shots were like okay, I guess. But all in all, it's just kind of a boring movie. I found myself getting bored in the theater, laying down on other chairs, just because I can go with a good, almost kind of slow plot, but the dialogue was so uninteresting. Nothing felt like it was happening, and it was just really underwhelming. I don't see why I got nominated for an Oscar. To me, it's a solid 5 out of 10. And yeah, ratings are going to be a thing that I forgot to implement earlier. That's just great. But it was a solid 5. I mean, there are good parts about it. Production's nice and stuff like that. It's underwhelming. I don't know why I was nominated for an Oscar. I don't see the crazy praise for it that people are giving, because I just think it's, I don't know, kind of an underwhelming, boring movie. One thing that I want to point out about it, sorry, that's my phone. One thing that I want to point out about it, so I don't seem like an action movie fanboy, like I'm only interested in the action. Oh. One thing that I want to point out about it is the subject matter. I mentioned this earlier. I feel like with the subject matter, it could have been a lot more interesting, because it's like it's almost a companion to the movie Dunkirk. Because it focuses almost on the same subject matter. But the problem is that there didn't feel like there was much at stake per se. They didn't really exemplify that. It just felt kind of weird. They didn't. I'm not saying they had to show us like a bunch of action and stuff like that. They need to like give us something to root for, which I don't. Well, no, maybe that's not the right way to put it. Trying to give us something to worry about. I don't feel like they did that very much. I feel like it was just like soldiers are gonna die, which it's a big deal. I'm not undermining that. But the way they did it was just not well. I did not like it. It was not very good. I mean, the only scene that they did is where when the English bunkers gets blown up from one of the planes, which the way that scene was filmed too was so bad. I did not like how that was filmed. It was just so weird. It was like, rise up, bam. It was just really weird and awkward, and just I kind of felt out of place too, because they almost kind of put this premonition in your mind, like we're not going to use any action scenes and stuff like that. I don't know. Um, some people may like this movie. I wasn't a fan. Now the movie Mother, with Jennifer Lawrence, if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a movie that came out back in September. I think it flopped at the box office too. And when I say September of 2017. Flopped at the box office. People were super divided on it. And when it comes to me, I love this movie. This movie is in freaking incredible. It is so good. I'm really impressed with how it turned out, honestly. I One of my big things with it is that the performances were great. Jennifer Lawrence's performance was great. Everyone else's performance was so great. I cared about her character so much. The way it made me feel for her. The cinematography was really good. It made me feel isolated almost. It was good. It was really good. There wasn't much of a soundtrack from what I remember. I don't think there was any soundtrack. The story is weird. It's confusing. It's something that you need to think about. And once you do, it's really good. I'm just thoroughly impressed by it. There's only one shot that I didn't like. That was it. The rest of the movie just had me sitting there because it gets almost right to the plot. It builds this level of suspense. It builds this level of wonder. A quick warning though, there's some scenes in there that are so messed up. Some scenes that are worse than some of the lively shit people have seen. It is so messed up. If you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, I'd say don't watch it because there was a scene that, well, I came home after I watched the movie, but I was car sick, so I started watching at the toilet and thinking about a certain scene, which some of you may know what I'm talking about. Um, I couldn't. That didn't make me feel any better. But yeah. When it comes to video games, I've really been playing much, except if you give me just a second. I have been playing Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda. I'm more of a PC guy right now, but I've been meaning to get into Legend of Zelda, and I'm following the timeline they came out with a while ago. And Skyward Sword was on Amazon, and I'm like, hey, let's get Skyward Sword. This is a very good game of what I played so far. The controls are weird, though. If you're not a fan of swinging your arm around the whole time, I wouldn't recommend it to you. The dialogue's not good either. Some of the dialogue is really, really, really bad. But otherwise, I think it's an enjoyable game. I think it's a fun game. And yeah, that's really it for today. That's wow, 17 minutes. Well, hopefully you guys like that. I'm planning on doing these every week on Friday. I don't know. This probably will come out tomorrow and Saturday since I need to go like right now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did watch all the way through, it's really appreciated. And just a quick update: my real upload schedule, not these videos, is going to be monthly. So new video every month. I don't know if whether it's going to be fan made video again. I have some ideas in mind, or I may just go like a skit or something like that. If you guys can recommend something to me in the comments below, that'd be really cool. Thank you guys. Yeah, I will see you guys soon. Adios.